I had questions. Grasping at my heels, begrudgingly dragged along were my parents. I expected their resistance, having carried their weight for so long, it may as well have been mine. I expected the time spent researching and networking. It's the only way to learn about identities largely frightened, bullied, beaten into hiding. I expected to find community, clarity, and support. Expected all of those hands on my back, a push in someone else's right direction. 695 days. I appeared in my hometown's courtroom to be renamed on June 24, 2013. I gave physical masculinization a second chance on May 20th, 2015. 695 days. This is a recounting of the time in between. He was a living, breathing success story before my very eyes. In him, I swore I saw my future. He introduced me to others, invited me to private spaces, F to M. I filled my head with options. I weighed the possibilities, immersed myself in communities of people behind computer screens with one crucial similarity. But was I doing it right? Did I qualify? "695 days, admiring the close enough clarity, the camaraderie, flushing questions out my pores with groupthink and the dizzying reality of my first dose, thumb on the plunger. I cleared stage 5 of my psychosocial development role confusion, prompting the joyous, synthesized fanfare of a video game. I waited for my 8-bit reflection to come into focus. But it froze. 695 days behind the masked fraternity haze before I could tell the difference between it and my face. That mask of glass shards and paper mache was placed upon your first day by letters, by degrees. Oh boy. Strip by strip, I had unknowingly crafted my very own, smothered my identity, until, between the cracks in the mirror, I couldn't recognize me. How? Why? 695 days. Pay attention, at attention, to the lines on either side of this road. Keep going, he said. It's the only way you'll know. Arms outstretched, I was heel to toe on a painted tightrope, shaken by community, my parents, and my past, with insurmountable questions turning my seat just inches from rush hour traffic. You heard me, but you weren't listening. 695 days, standing in the breakdown lane, watching cars pass, watching time lapse. I couldn't shape a future I wasn't certain of. I wouldn't put a name out there I might just as quickly wish to pull from tongues. I stopped hormones. I withdrew from everyone. Getting by behind the he, him, his, public, cis normative was an easy pass. But I was paying the toll. An anxious spiral into doubt. Heavy. Alone. And not a single person told me it was okay to slow down. Until I lost the will to move. Because there's no I in team, and I can be overwhelmed by community. It was never about me. I was only as welcome as I was enough. Willing to adhere to transness within the confines of strength and certainty. 695 days is the time between the legal declaration of my name and when its snug fit no longer choked me at the collar, so that I could grow into it at my own pace and recognize identity lost to identifier. 695 days is the time it took to define myself and what I wanted, what I needed in order to realize that dream. When male and boy and man still don't quite fit, separate from expectation. I still have questions. I think I always will. But I've learned that masculinity can be about choice, about fulfillment, about authenticity and self-exploration. More than 695 days later, I'm doing okay. And if you should find yourself on that same road, sinking into potholes of cookie-cutter narratives, I'm still there. You'll find me. By the wayside, in my own time, just beginning to bloom. Thank you.